senses grounding. Let's begin and see if you can get a little more comfortable, noticing and settling into what you're sitting on or what you're laying on, and seeing if there's any way that you need to get any more comfortable. If you need to bring in any pillows or any blankets. There we go. Great. So as you begin to get a little more settled, I would like to invite you to use your eyes and begin to visually explore your environment. As you softly look around the room, you may begin to notice things that are closer, things that are farther. You may notice shapes, objects, or colors. As you explore the room visually, allow the information to come to you and let your body know where you're at. As you explored the room visually, I'm curious if there's one thing you noticed that you enjoyed. Take a moment to notice that item that you enjoyed, whether it was a picture or a pillow or an item that contained a memory, maybe an essential oil or a lamp. Something that positively connects you with your environment. Great. Would it be okay if we explored your hearing? Taking a moment to notice what you can hear up close, and maybe noticing what you can hear more off in the distance. Great. Would it be okay with you if we explored what you're sitting on or what you're laying on? As you notice what you're sitting or laying on, imagine that it's not your weight that's holding down the chair or the bed, but rather notice how the chair and the bed is holding you up, how it's supporting you, and see if you can find right where you feel the chair or the bed supporting you and contacting you. You may notice the chair or the bed supporting your back. You may notice it supporting your bottom. You may notice it supporting your legs or your feet. Take a moment to notice where you feel that support. And as you notice that area, begin to scan that area right where you feel the contact. You may notice your breath deepen. And I'd like to see if you can notice what it felt like to notice that support. Did it give you a sense of security, a sense of safety, a sense of being held up? Take a moment, and I'd like to see if you can notice where you maybe feel that feeling of support. Maybe you notice it as a warm place in your stomach, or maybe you notice as an expansion in your chest. Great. And as you notice that positive sensation, I'd like to see if you can now use your imagination. As we use your imagination, I'd like to see if there is one thing that we can visualize that you enjoy. That one thing can be spending time with a favorite person, spending time at a favorite location, or spending time doing a favorite hobby. So as you visualize that one thing that you enjoy, I'd like you to visualize, what do you see when you're doing that, or when you're with that person? As you use your imagination, what might you hear? Is there any fragrances there? Are you inside? Are you outside? What's the temperature where you're having this enjoyable mini vacation? As you visualize this thing that you enjoy, I'm curious if you notice any positive sensations. Maybe you feel a sense of peace or relaxation or happiness or joy. And I would like to ask you if you can find out where you feel that peace, joy, or happiness. Maybe you feel it all over. Maybe you feel it in your mind. Maybe you feel it in your chest. Or maybe you feel it in your stomach. Let's take a moment and notice that positive sensation. Does that positive sensation, that feeling of happiness or love or peace, does it have a shape? Does it have a color? Does it bring up any other images? Does that area house any other emotions? Like satisfaction, or harmony, or thankfulness? Great. You're doing wonderful. So you just noticed some positive sensations. We're going to go back and revisit our enjoyable image. So once again, on our journey back to your room, we are going to notice that thing that you enjoyed earlier, whether it was spending time with a certain person, a favorite location, or a hobby. Let's go ahead and visualize that again. And then if you can, let's check in with your chair or the bed underneath you. Scanning where you feel the support. And then, once again, checking in with your hearing. And if you're able, discovering what sounds are happening around you. And lastly, very slowly, and when you're ready, I would invite you to open your eyes and visually explore with that same sense of peace and security and relaxation, the environment around you. Maybe you notice the room a little differently. Maybe things seem a little softer. Congratulations. You just completed senses grounding.